Mhm. Bum, 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 bum. Yo, 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 yo. What's going on, champs? What's going on, champions? What's up, what's up, what's up? Yo, welcome, legends. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the live stream. Nikki, thank you for the follow, brother. We're just getting started. We just opened up the live stream. Hope you guys are doing well. We're just gonna wait for a couple people to get in here. Let's put some music on. Where's the little music? Let's put a little bit of music on that we're not gonna get banned from.
Starts here. Introducing the Hume Band
There we go.
2.0, the world's first.
Let's check what my angle's looking like. Dun, 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 dun. Hope you guys are having a beautiful start to your Friday. Let's see what trades we can take today. Luca, welcome to the live stream, brother. Welcome, 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 legends. Hope you guys are having a beautiful start to your Friday. Let's check something out. Check on Mind Edge. Let's enter this bad boy. The market doesn't care about your feelings. Your job is to take care about them so they don't destroy your account. Facts. Welcome, Bills, brother. Welcome to the live stream. Look at today's message. Look at today's message. The market doesn't care about your feelings. Your job is to take care of them. That is absolute sauce. That is some crazy sauce. Every day, these messages, they keep getting better and better, I swear. The market doesn't care about your feelings. Your job is to care about them so they don't destroy your account. Let me put that. That's a good one. Let me put that into the chat. Actually, in the general chat. Let's actually put it in the general chat. Welcome, guys. Welcome to the stream. We're gonna get started very soon. I just want to upload this little message to the Telegram. I think it's a good message for the people. There we go. What's up, guys? Hope you're having a beautiful start to your Friday morning. All right, last day of the week to trade. We're gonna see if we can manage to find a setup for today. In New York session, we're gonna do some chart analysis. We're gonna go through gold, go through NASDAQ as always. But first, let's do our gratitude before people get in. Dear universe, I am grateful that I woke up today. Thank you for the air that I breathe. Thank you for another opportunity in this world. What happened yesterday doesn't matter. What happens tomorrow doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is what I do today. I'm grateful for my body. I'm grateful for my health. I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for the money that I'm making. I'm grateful for my job. Thank you for my job. Thank you for having an audience while I trade. Thank you for people listening to me. Thank you for me for being in this position. Thank you for allowing me to have the courage to take the decisions that got me to this point. Thank you for everyone that believes in me. Thank you for that I believe in myself. And I am grateful every day to build and trade and build my future. There we go. We've done, boys. Ladies and gentlemen, done our gratitude for the morning. I always like to start my trading day with a little bit of gratitude. Puts me in the right state of mind, in the state of mind that allows me to attract all the beautiful things. Okay? Ever since I started implementing a little bit of gratitude, life has just got better. Mr. Tatashal, my Tatashal Lake Waves, thank you for the likes, broskies. Let's get some likes up in here, guys. Let's get some likes up in here. Let's tap that screen. We're not just here to learn how to trade. We're also here to get jacked. So tap that, get that finger strength in. It takes 2 seconds. Just tap up that live. So it's going to get pushed to other people and people can start joining. Come on. We know the requirement. This is not you guys' first time in here. We always at least get 1K likes before starting. And then we're going to go through gold. Okay. And then we're going to see what sort of setups that we could potentially take today. Bum, 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 bum. Kathy, welcome to the live stream. Self-love healing, thank you for the likes. John, thank you for the likes. Nikki, thank you for the likes. You guys are the best. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope you guys are having a beautiful start to your Friday. Let's see what the market wants to give us today. Last day of the week. Remember, guys, Fridays are always tricky, okay? Also, the fact that, you know, you worked hard all week to try and make profit, right? And then it's so easy to give it back on the last day. So let's still maintain our discipline. Let's still maintain our patience. We're not going to force anything. Okay, if the market is begging us for us to enter, right, then we're going to enter. However, for now, we are currently trading within this sell zone. Thank you, Kathy. Yesterday, if we go in the group, what happened yesterday? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Yesterday in the group, what did we see? We saw on gold. We ended up taking a small stop loss yesterday. However, our buy zone was right. Yesterday in the Telegram, I gave you guys some free source. I said my two targets for gold are 440 and 3989. And well, you can see that price actually took both. For those of you guys that were in the live stream yesterday, you would know that I was looking for this 440 area to get hit. And we did absolutely hit it perfectly, right? 440 right here. And then also my other target was what? 389, I believe. Yeah, 3989. And so where did price go to? 3989. Literally perfectly. So we nailed both targets. 3989 and 440. Now gold is sort of what's my bias today? Kib, we're gonna get into that right now. We're gonna go into that right now. So we are currently still trading within these sell zones that we marked out yesterday. Right? I still have them on the chart because we hadn't tapped them yet. And we are currently trading inside of this now. Okay. Now for gold, as I was saying, guys, yesterday. Okay. Overall, let me just take this off quickly for the sake of the example. Okay, guys. Overall on gold. Okay, my higher time frame bias is bearish. Okay, on gold on the monthly chart, I personally believe that gold is going to want to come down to this area here on the chart at 3,927. Okay, let me just open up a new chart so that we can mark it out. Is this right? FXCM or Oando? Let's do FX. Let's do Oando. Right, yeah, there we go. Okay, this is the current area where I'm expecting price to go on gold on the monthly time frame. Okay, so if we have a short bias, okay, on the higher time frame, right, we need to sort of paint a picture in our minds of what could potentially take us down to this level. Okay, we've identified a clear target on the higher time frame. Now our job is to scale down to the lower time frames to match our idea on the higher time frame. Okay, so right now in about 5 days, we're going to close this monthly candle. Okay, now what is that going to mean? It's going to mean that this candle here, this monthly candle, is going to close. Okay, and this is going to become a monthly low. Okay, it's going to become the previous month's low. Okay, so we can expect right next month that we're going to want to be trading to take out the previous month's low and also to take out this target at 3,929. Okay, why am I confident on taking the previous month's low compared to the previous month's high? Because look at where the previous month's high is going to be. Okay, it's going to be all the way up here. So, you know, it doesn't take a genius to realize that price is way closer to the low than it's going to be to the high. Okay, so we can expect price to come down and we can build our short ideas to target these areas on the chart. Okay, but this is on a higher time frame, so let's not get too excited, right? This is for the this is for next month. Okay, now let's scale down to the weekly. And what do we see? Since we have identified this is our high time frame target, right? We can write it down. High TF, higher time frame target. Okay. Now we scale down to lower time frames and we see, okay, where could we potentially react on the chart for us to take us down to this level? Okay, that's the sort of questions that you want to be asking yourself. Okay, if you have a target to the upside or to the downside on the higher time frame, you need to build a scenario in your mind in the lower time frames that are going to take you to that overall goal. Okay, so on the weekly, what do we see? We see that this current weekly candle, okay, we are getting a little bit of a retracement, right? Tonight, we are going to close this weekly candle. So today, depending on what we're going to do in New York session, is going to dictate how this weekly candle is going to close. Okay. Now, if today we start getting some aggressive retracements, okay, and this weekly candle closes up here, right, then maybe we might expect next week to trade up a little bit higher before coming down, right? Because it would show that we are rejecting this level pretty well. Okay. However, if today we end up selling off and this weekly candle closes pretty bearishly, eating up most of this wick, right, we would expect next week to continue lower. Okay. Now, let's scale down to the daily time frame, and what do we see? What do we see on the daily time frame? This is interesting. This is very interesting. Okay, so let's mark out the previous daily candle high and the previous daily candle low. Thank you for the follow, Otabek. I appreciate it. Okay. We need to always mark every single day when a new day opens. You want to mark what the previous candle high did, where the previous daily candle high is, and where the previous daily candle low is. Okay, I like to mark this out in red, previous daily high. Okay, and let's mark out the previous daily candle low. Okay, now what do we see, guys? We see that today on gold, right, we have actually taken out the previous daily candle's high already. Okay, so what is that telling us already? Right, it's telling us that price, the chances of price coming all the way down here to take the low today are very unlikely. Because during a trading day, price will only either take the high or we will take the low. Okay, it's very rare that price will take both. So since we've already taken the high, okay, this narrows down our options quite a lot. Okay, because we know already that the idea of us taking shorts targeting this area is already out of the window. Okay, so what options could we have? The other option that we have is either we can take some longs, okay, targeting higher within this move up, okay, because maybe gold wants to have a deeper retracement, okay, or, right, we can also look for a short, but the shorts are going to have moderate TPs. Right, the shorts are going to have moderate TPs. We're not going to be asking for price to come all the way down here. It's a Friday, market is closing tonight. Okay, we've already taken the previous daily candles high, so we know that we're not going to want to come down to this area today. Right, so if we are to take any shorts, right, it would be a short with a relatively small take profit, okay, within this range here. Okay, so that's already narrowed down our options to two. We've got two options now. Okay. As well as, guys, what can we currently see? Right now, looking at the daily chart, what do we see which is obvious? It's literally sticking out to it. Okay, we are currently trading within a daily bearish Fair Value Gap. Okay, right here. Now, what does this mean? Okay, it means that at this certain price point here, there was more sellers than buyers. Okay, and now, what are the buyers doing? They're currently coming back into this area to rebalance the market. Okay, now the question is, are the sellers going to step back in? Okay, or are they going to step back in and say, hey, no, this is our territory, right? Or are the buyers going to want to take over control and going to be like, no, we're taking this BITCH over, all right, we're taking this stuff over, all right? So that's really what the test is going to be for today. Okay. Now, since we are trading in a bearish Fair Value Gap, right, and we are overall in a downtrend, okay, I would expect this Fair Value Gap to hold and to take us lower. Okay, however, we do have a second Fair Value Gap up here as well on the daily. So we have two daily gaps. Okay, so what could potentially happen, right, is that the buyers could say, hey, no, we actually want to take over control of this one. We're more stronger than you in this area here. So what is the price going to do? We're going to pump up, okay? But we are going to tap into the second one up here, and the seller's going to be like, nah, brother, you thought you were stronger, but you ain't. So this is where the sellers are probably going to step in, and this is where we can start looking for our shorts, where to match our higher time frame target down here, which we've clearly identified at the start, okay, on the monthly time frame. Because overall on gold, we are expecting price to come lower. Okay, on gold, we are expecting price to come low on a higher time frame. So it's just a matter of asking yourself the question, how high do we want to go before we then come down? Okay, because me personally, I don't believe this is the end of it. I don't believe that this is just where we're going to keep coming up from. Okay, we have not hit a higher time frame level, strong enough for us to cause this reversal, right? So I know that we're bound for another move down. Okay, another reversal could happen. Exactly, brother. But it's just a retracement instead of a reversal, Div. It's a retracement, in my opinion. Is it mainly markets manipulating? No, I wouldn't say that this is the market manipulating, brother. I would say this is just the market doing whatever the market does, right? The market will never just come down in a straight line, okay? Market will never do that, okay? Market will always dump, okay? Then we'll have the retracement, and then we will continue lower, okay? Beginners and people just getting into the trading space, they think when they see price coming down, they think price could come down forever, right? And this is how a lot of people, they get trapped. Right, but they don't realize that the retracement is part of it, okay? And the retracement can be always, whenever you want to look for price to retrace, okay, you want to use your trusted friend Fibonacci, okay, and you want to draw him from the high, and you want to pull him down to the low, right here. And usually, whenever we have these sort of pullbacks, okay, these sort of retracements, it's always going to be around either, if it's a short pullback, it's going to hit the 0.5, okay. However, if it's a deep retracement, it's going to hit the 0.65 or even the 786. Okay, these are probably the deepest points. ICT traders and some people call this OTE. Okay, optimal trade entry. Okay, why? Because this is in a premium. Sorry, it's in a discount. No, it's not. Is this a premium or a discount? I always get confused. I think it's a premium. I think it's a premium zone. Yes. This is a premium zone. Yes, this is a premium zone. Okay, you always want to sell in a premium. Okay. Now, why is that? Because the banks and institutions, okay, the people who actually move the market, the people who enter positions with millions and millions and millions and billions of dollars, these are the guys that are moving the markets, right? They don't enter positions below the 50%. Okay, they don't enter positions at a discount. Okay, they always wait for price to enter a premium zone before wanting to sell. Okay, so that's why we learn to trade with the big banks and the big institutions, because those are the guys that move the market. So if you're on the same side as them, right, the chances of you catching these big moves is higher. Okay, Aina, thank you for the follow. They don't use stop losses, right? I mean, it depends. I don't exactly know how these hedge funds and how these capital managers trade exactly, but I think it's just they're just entering with millions and millions and millions of capital in the market. So these are the guys that are actually moving it. Okay, it's not me and you who are moving the market. When we enter price, it barely moves, right? It doesn't move at all. But these are the guys that move the market. Does this make a good amount of money? What does? The big banks and institutions? Yeah, they probably print. Are we in a premium zone now? We're going to check that in a second. I don't think we're in a premium zone yet. Okay, guys, why is this concept about premium and discount? Okay, let's have an analogy. Okay, let's say you have absolutely no money. Okay, you're broke. You're completely broke. Okay, and you don't have a job. You don't have an income. What can you do? Well, you can learn how to sell stuff. Okay, you can go through your house, and if you have some valuable things in your house, some clothes, some shoes that you never worn ever in your life, okay, and you're like, why not? Let me just sell these on Facebook Marketplace, see if I can make a little bit of money with it. Okay, are you gonna sell your shoes or your clothes on Facebook Marketplace already for a discount? Obviously not, right? Why? Because you're trying to make the most amount of money possible with it. Okay, so that's the same with the market. Anything below the 50% area is at a discount. Okay, so whenever the market makers and the big banks, they want to sell, okay, they want to always sell at a premium zone, right? You want to list your Nikes or you want to list your Jordan 4s or whatever the hell. I don't really like shoes anyways, but as an example purposes, Okay, you always want to sell them at the highest price possible. Why? Because you want to make the most amount of money. Okay, and that's the same as the big banks and the big institutions. They want to make the most amount of money on their trading position, so they will always push price higher until it's in a premium zone. Okay, now the same thing works, guys, for when price is coming up. Okay, when price is in an uptrend, okay, instead of the bottom, okay, being premium, the bottom is a discount. Okay, once market is in an uptrend like this, okay, as I said, these are always the levels that market will always either retrace to, the 786 or the 0.618, okay, depending if it's a deep retracement level. Okay, and now anything above, okay, anything above the 50%, okay, is a premium. Okay, and anything below is a discount. Okay, if you guys want to buy a new car, okay, do you want to buy the car at the most expensive price, or do you want to buy the car at a discount? Right, you want to buy a new car to go, you know, do whatever, go to work because you haven't got a car, you've been walking and you've been losing time, right? You obviously want to buy the car at the cheapest price possible. Okay, that's the exact same concept as when the market makers and the big institutions, they want to buy up the market. Okay, they always want to buy it at the cheapest price possible. So what they will typically do is that they will push price down into this area below the 50%, okay, and buy it at a discount. Okay, I hope you guys understand that. I hope that was helpful, because this is a very important concept in trading that you guys need to understand. Okay, premium and discount levels, because this will allow you to not enter positions too early and get stopped out. Okay, please can you do a top-down analysis? Yes, Big John, we're going to get through that right now. I just had to go through this concept real quick, okay, because this is going to apply to the top-down analysis that I'm about to do. Okay, so as you can see, guys, look, market has currently had, look at this. Let's draw it out. Sometimes it is helpful to do this. Okay, one tip, guys, if you guys are confused about seeing the market structure, seeing the trend, okay, what you can do is at the top here, okay, you see this candle here next to my time frames, you can press this and you can change this to a line chart. Okay, so now this is going to take away all the candles. Okay, and if you guys struggle to see where the trend is, or if price is consolidating, you can do this, okay, and it can show you how the trend is moving. Okay, you can clearly see now we are in a downtrend. Okay, look at this, makes it crystal clear, downtrend, boom. Okay, we had a pullback and now we are coming down lower. So what is currently happening now? We are having that pullback, okay, to then continue lower. Okay, this is a very useful tip, guys, that I do recommend you guys beginners to use if you struggle to see where the trend is. Okay, because this allows you to clearly identify it. Right, you can clearly see that we are in a downtrend. Okay, let's just put this back because this is low-key tripping me out. Okay, so now in order for us to want to continue selling, okay, we need to identify where is our premium and where is our discount levels. Okay, so since we are looking for shorts, we pull the Fibonacci retracement. Okay, this is the Fibonacci retracement tool right here. Okay, it looks like this with 4 lines. Okay, we want to pull this from the top, okay, the most recent high, okay, the most recent high before the move down. Okay, this is the most recent high before this leg down. Okay, so we press it at the top and we drag it all the way down at the bottom of where price is currently having that pullback from. Okay, here we go. So now we have our premium and discount levels and our Fibonacci retracement. So what does this tell us, guys? This shows us that we don't really want to be selling anywhere under this 50% level. Right, we don't want to be looking for any big shorts below this area. Doesn't mean that we can't catch some small short trades, of course we can. Okay, however, it is not the optimal entry for us to be wanting to look for this big move down, okay, all the way down to take off our higher time frame target down here at 3,929. Okay, why? Because we know that the big banks and the big institutions are not going to be interested in really pushing price lower anywhere below this 50% area. Okay, so what do we see, guys? This is perfect. We see that the daily fair value gap that we marked is also lining up with the Fibonacci 0.65 retracement level. Okay, so that is perfect because this is a high confluence area. Why? Because there is one or more confluences lining up together, right? We have a daily fair value gap and we have a Fibonacci retracement level. Okay, so we can mark this out as a valid sell zone. Okay, let me mark this out for this. We have a daily fair value gap, daily FVG, plus the 0.618 fib level. Okay, there we go. Then as we're going to scale down to lower time frames, we're going to see if we're able to find some other confluences, right? Because this is the way that we trade, guys. We find errors on the chart where there is multiple confluences lining up at the same level, okay? And which means that if price was to come back to our zone, the chances of us getting a reaction is very high. An FVG is the same as an imbalance. Yes, it is, brother. It is, brother. A fair value gap, an imbalance, because a market is always 50% buyers and 50% sellers at all times. So whenever there is an imbalance, okay, think of it like a pendulum swing, right? The market should always be balanced. So 50% buyers, 50% sellers. The moment that there is more buyers or more sellers, right, the pendulum, it shifts, right? So if that's the case, you know that the buyers or the sellers have to come back to that area and rebalance price action. Okay. Pep 26. Yes, God did. What did God do? God did not move the markets. No, it's the banks that move the markets. 4,000 to the first 5 people to message me. Chicken, are you in this live stream right now, bro? Chicken. Or Alicia, are you in this live stream? Maybe not. I didn't see Chicken, the goat. Chicken the goat. Yes, thank you, brother. Yes, Chicken's in here. Chicken, Chicken the goat. Chicken the goat, mate. Get these guys out of here, bro. Chicken, get these guys out of here, man. Jesus, coming in here just spamming some BS. Get these guys out of here, Chicken. My guy, always coming in to save the day. Thank you, brother. Okay, now let's scale down to our lower time frame. Okay, we've marked out our daily zones. Okay, and once we've marked out our daily zones, we want to scale down to the 4 hour. Okay, what do we see on the 4 hour that could be interesting? Okay, so we are currently trading in a 4 hour fair value gap right now. So what would we technically expect to do? We would expect that the sellers should come back in here, okay, and push price lower. Why? Because it's a bearish fair value gap. Okay, however, the way that price is currently looking now, you know, there is a chance that the buyers are actually stronger and we do push up higher. Okay, why else would we also expect price to push up higher? Well, because the 50% level already we've identified is above here. Okay, so it would make sense if market actually pushed up higher, okay, stopping out all the people that don't understand this concept of premium and discount. So a lot of people are probably going to be entering their shorts from this area here, right, putting their stop losses above these highs. But what they don't realize is that market needs to push up higher, okay, to at least reach a premium level. Why does it need to do that? Because that's where the big banks, the big institutions are wanting to enter their trade, and those are the guys who are pushing price higher. Okay, on the fib level there is a 4 hour OB2. Exactly. So we're going to get to that now. That is we're going to mark another confluence. Okay, now guys, that doesn't mean that we're going to probably pump straight through this gap, okay, this 4 hour gap. I guess we're going to have to see. If it's a 4 hour gap, you need to look at the 4 hour candle. If it's a 1 hour gap, you look at the 1 hour candle. If it's a 15-minute gap, you look at a 15-minute candle, and so on and so on and so on, right? You don't want to be looking at a 4 hour gap and watching if we close above it on the 1 hour. Okay, this is gold, 47. Okay, this is gold. So always match the time frame with the fair value gap. Okay, always. Since this is a 4 hour gap, if we are waiting for this to get disrespected, okay, meaning we are waiting for this to get closed above, we will be watching the 4 hour candle. So in order for us to confirm that price wants to push up higher to the 0.5 level, okay, we also have another 4 hour fair value gap up above price here, And we also have our sell zone above here. So there is a lot of stuff here. We also have the start of this 4-hour OB here, as Usman very nicely identified. Okay, so we do have targets to the upside. Okay, and in order for price to want to confirm this for us, we need to wait for a 4-hour candle close above 4,061. This is what I'm currently going to be waiting for in order for the buyers to confirm to me that we actually want to push up higher. Okay, and the moment that this happens, right, then we are going to be looking for some serious longs targeting these prices above. Okay, probably wait for a pullback and then target these prices above. Now, is this going to happen this week? Probably not, guys. It is Friday, market is closing tonight. So let's be realistic. Okay. However, if today we do have a pretty active New York session with some volume, okay, the chances of us getting this 4-hour candle close above here could be likely. Okay, and then next week, what's that going to show us? It's going to show us that potentially we can look for longs at the start of the week, targeting higher. Okay, so that's how we can start building these sort of ideas. Can you explain order blocks? Like, I like how you explain FVG and imbalance. I don't really have too much of a great analogy for order blocks, but order blocks, it's not something that I use too much. I use them as a confluence because I understand what they are, right? But I don't know what the logistics are on a deep level. Like, it's basically how to identify the order block is the candle before a move down that breaks structure. Okay, and I think it's something to do with trapped traders or something, people getting filled at a price, and then I have no idea. I don't want to say something that, don't quote me on these order blocks. It's not a confidence that I use a lot, but I know how to identify them and I pair them with other things, right? So you can see these order blocks, for example, here, right? Order blocks here. Okay, this is the 2 candles before the move down that break structure. You have to make sure that the candles following close below the low or close below the high. Okay, so this is a valid zone. If they don't close below the low or close below the high, then it's not a valid order block. Okay, this is an order block here. Look, the candle before the move down. Okay, the candle in the opposite direction before the move down. Even here, this is an order block here. Look, the candle before the move down. There's going to be some traders that are going to mark out this whole range as an order block. Okay, there is going to be some traders, oh, this is the wrong one. There is going to be some traders that are going to mark only this area, right? It all depends, right? And then there are some traders that are going to mark only the wick of the order block, right? Especially if it's a big zone on the higher time frame. And you can see, you know, price would have come in here, we would have tapped the wick of this OB, and then we actually continued selling off, right? So it all just depends of how you read the market, basically. But that's what an order block is. I need to look into it of what the exact mechanics and the science behind order blocks is, but I can't remember, so I don't want to feed you guys any wrong information. Not only a move down, but a strong move to the opposite side. Exactly. And also there are the SMC traders, they call this supply and demand zones. So an order block for sellers, they call this a supply zone, which is an area where price aggressively sold off from. So what would they expect if price aggressively sells off an area? Then they would expect price to come back. Okay, so this would be an area on the chart where SMC traders, a lot of traders will be looking, right, for price to come up to. Right, there is probably going to be some people, right? I don't personally trade this way, but there's going to be some people who have maybe limit orders, okay, marked up above here, right? Either maybe some of them will have the stop losses above the order block or even just above the high, okay? This is usually how some SMC traders do. Whenever they see a valid supply zone, they will set a limit order and target below, okay? Me personally, I don't like to enter off limit orders, right? Because I always want to wait for a confirmation at the levels. Now that we've identified what we need to wait for, broski, hello, why don't I get a notification when you get online? I have no idea, brother. Have you checked to go in the TikTok profile and click the bell? Maybe you should press all live streams notifications on. Yahaya, thank you for the follow. Dway, 4-hour, thank you for the follow. Matt, thank you for the follow. Binky, thank you for the follow. Samantha, thank you for the follow. Zaglis, Harums, thank you. Thank you guys, I appreciate it. Sometimes I forget to read them when I'm locked in. Okay, so guys, we have identified what we need to wait for in order to be really confident that price wants to come up. Okay, it's a close, it's a 4-hour candle close above 4,061. Now let's scale down to the 1-hour time frame and let's see, what do we see? What do we see? So we see that we had this 1-hour gap, okay, that we created during Asian session, okay, and unfortunately I was in the gym at this point, so I didn't actually manage to see this tap into this gap, okay, but you can see that during London session, what did we do? We came inside of it, we tapped into it, okay, and now we are pushing up higher. This would have been a pretty nice trade actually. It's just a shame I didn't check the market. Okay, so we are currently respecting bullish PD arrays. Okay, we are respecting bullish PD arrays and we are disrespecting bearish. So what does that mean? It means currently, right now, the buyers are currently taking over. Okay, now the buyers are entering some very dangerous territories here, right? There is a lot of sellers, you know, this is the seller's land. We have a seller's big OB here. We have multiple fair value gaps here. We have 1 hour, we have one 1 hour fair value gap, 2, 3 1 hour fair value gaps. So the buyers really need to push price up and really need to be showing that they want to push price higher, because price could reject from any one of these zones. Right, price could reject from any one of these zones. Okay, so that's why we don't want to be too eager into jumping into longs just yet. Right, we don't want to be doing that. The thing that wants us to confirm that price is going up, guys, is, as we said, on the 4-hour, we've identified a candle closure above this 4-hour gap, above 4,060. Okay, once we get a 4-hour candle close above here, okay, what would we expect? It doesn't mean that we're just going to spam long. Okay, that's not how we trade, right? If we get that, it's the first step into us being confident that that price wants to push up higher. So what will price probably do? Okay, we'll probably have a retracement. Okay, and during this retracement is where we can start positioning ourselves to come up and catch the second move. Okay, now is this second move going to happen this week? I mean today? Probably not, guys. It's probably going to happen next week. All right, but it's always good to be prepared. It's always good to be prepared because the market can go both directions. So if you have a scenario for the upside and you have a scenario for the downside, that's going to be good. 4188 Mixos says 4188. 4188, brother? Bro, like, why are you giving me levels that is just so far away from price, bro? You need to actually zoom in, bro. You're too zoomed out, brother. Do you realize how big of a move this is on gold? This is like huge, bro. This is huge. Like, you shouldn't even be looking at this area on the chart. It's ridiculous. You need to be looking at this sort of area, maximum up here, right? Maximum up here, not all the way up here. This serves you absolutely nothing. How old am I? I'm 22. Yo, Spikey, how do you mark your fib levels? I mark my fib levels from the most recent high of the move down to the low of where price is starting to reverse from, right? Price is always filled with multiple legs. It's called a trading leg, okay? This is a trading leg right here. Look, from the high, oh wait, this is the wrong thing. So right here, from the high to the low. This is a high to the low. This is a trading leg, okay, right here. Okay, why? Because this is where the move started and this is where the move is starting to reverse. Okay, now, even this, look, this is a high right here, okay, and this is a low, okay, this is a trading leg, okay. So once you start understanding these trading legs, even here, look, this is a high, this is a low, this is a trading leg, okay. And so when it comes to drawing these fib levels, okay, you always want to draw these fib levels right from the start of the high, which is the start of the move, all the way down to where price is retracing from, okay, to the low, right here. You can see, what did price do in this specific scenario? Look at this. We tapped the 50% level absolutely perfectly. Clockwork. We tapped the 50% because why? Because this is where the big banks and the big institutions, they want to enter the market. They always want to enter price at a premium level. Okay, so what did they do? They drove price up until they reached a premium zone. And then they were like, okay, we have accumulated enough buyers. All right, we are ready to push price lower. And what did price do? We rejected. Okay, let's see if we also did it this time here. Let's mark the fib level of this trading leg from the high all the way to the low, what did price do? Oh, this was cheeky. This was cheeky. We came close. I don't know if we tapped it. On this broker, we came very close, right? Sometimes we don't have to tap it straight away, right? Where did I learn? I learned on YouTube, brother, for free 5 years ago from TJR, the GOAT. I started trading at 17 and I'm 22 now. I dropped out of university at 19 to trade full time. Okay, so always, this is how I draw my fib levels. Okay, so in this case here, okay, the most recent high and the most to the low that is reversing is right here. Okay, boom. So on this 4 hour zone, right? On this 4 hour zone, we have already retraced. This chart is getting messy. Apologies, guys. This chart is getting messy. Let me. It's too many examples. Don't want to confuse you guys. Always try to keep your charts as clean as possible. Okay. This helps a lot with your trading for your peace of mind. Okay. I'm just charting up a bunch of examples, so it does get a little bit hectic. Apologies for that. Apologies. Okay. So, I hope, does that understand? Who asked me about fib? Can you show fib? MSR, did you just understand what I just said? Did you drop out of school? I dropped out of uni, yes, brother. I dropped out of uni. I was at uni in Switzerland. TGR is the GOAT, bro. The only reason why I'm able to be here is because of his videos and because of his bootcamp. I had no money, absolutely no money. So I couldn't buy a course. And this GOAT, he put everything that you need to learn on YouTube. And thank goodness I found him when he was like sub 30K, when he just started his YouTube journey. And I just locked in. And then I found my own way. We should a beginner learn. Where should a beginner learn? The same place, brother. Go on YouTube, type in TJR Bootcamp, and you watch these videos one a day and take notes. Obviously, the hard part is then applying the concept to yourself and finding your own way, right? But if you're a beginner, guys, I highly recommend this. Stop watching trading videos every single day from random different creators. Pick one creator that you like, pick one mentor and stick with him and learn only from him. If you always hop, strategy hopping or concept hopping or YouTuber hopping, you will never get anywhere. You will just keep running in circles and circles and circles and circles and circles and circles and just be confused and make your journey so much harder. How much have I made so far? $0, bro. I haven't made any money from trading. I've been trading demo for 6 years. Jane Street, thank you for your donations. Jane Street, what? Are you waiting for 4 hour gap reaction to short? I am waiting to see how the sellers are going to react into this zone. That's what I'm waiting for. For now, there is no trade. Okay, in about 40 minutes, okay, we are going to close this hourly candle. Right now, guys, we are not in trading time. Okay, we are currently outside of London session. Okay, you never really want to trade when it's late into London session. Okay, London session opened at 10 my time and it's currently 1:17. So 11, 12, 1. We've already passed the first 3 hours of a session open. Okay, whenever there is why demo for 6 years? Because bro, you can't make money from trading. What do you mean why demo? Of course I've been trading demo. Like, why do we even need to make money in this world? It's ridiculous. What, you want demo me too? Guys, this is only demo account, guys. I'm only here for educational purposes. I'm trying to really, you know, I hope I came on live stream and I was like, damn, maybe if I start live streaming, maybe I'll finally become profitable. This is gonna fall, Matt says. Well, there is a possibility that we do fall. There is a possibility that we do fall. If I do go on my main chart, okay, we have just tapped into our sell zone. Okay, this is the sell zone that we marked out yesterday in London session, actually. And so we have just tapped it. So technically this is an area where I could be interested to be looking for a short. Okay, now am I going to be looking for a short all the way down here? Obviously not. Obviously not, right? If we are to be looking for a short, it would be exactly, momentum is dying too. Guys, you never really want to be trading after the first 3 hours of a session open. Okay, that is where the magic happens, is usually within the first 3 hours. And 3 hours is already pushing it, right? 3 hours is already pushing it. I would say the first 2 hours is where, you know, the golden setups are happening. Okay, I always say this every single time. Okay, trading outside of session time is like going to the grocery store at 3 a.m. when there is nothing there, right? The shelves are empty, everyone has done their groceries for the day, and you going there at 3 a.m. because you're so desperate to buy something that you can't wait until the next day that they're gonna restock the shelves, right? That's exactly what it is trading outside of session time. You want to go do your groceries when they restock the shelves, when they bring in the fresh produce, okay, when they have your favorite deals on offer, right? You don't want to go when everyone else has bought and there is nothing in there. Okay, it's the same concept. Always be trading within the first 3 hours of session time. Which time? Euro time? Well, it depends on your time zone, brother. I think on UK time, I'm in Kenya right now, so I'm GMT +3. So, I mean, UK time, I think London session opens at 9. I believe so. London session opens at 9 UK time, and then New York session opens at 2:30 UK time, I believe so. Wow, we are same time. Where do you live? I am currently in Kenya, Joseph. I am currently in Kenya. If you guys want to know a little bit about me, my story, why I got into trading, just go in my TikTok pinned video. It says my story. I talk about my upbringing, all of that sort of stuff, how I found trading, all the things that I tried before trading that I failed at. For the past 2 to 3 months, London session, no volume. Exactly, Judge. Judge, that's a funny name. Exactly, no volume in London. That's why I usually come on live a little bit later and we just do some chart analysis because the real magic happens in New York recently. Why are you in Kenya, MSR? Because this is my home, brother. This is my home. I come visit home and I come visit my parents about 2 times a year. And this just happens to be one of those times. I'm in a transition period right now. I just finished my 4 years of living in Spain. I was living in Barcelona for 4 years. And then I've come here to Kenya to see my parents and to have this, transition period. And then in September, I'm going to Bali. I'm going to be living in Bali. Sorry, bro. Sorry, guys, for the Wi-Fi. Yeah, I am in Kenya, so the Wi-Fi is pretty bad. Do you give free signals? No, I don't give signals, bro. I don't give signals. I post my trades in my Discord group, which is free, but I don't give signals, no. There is some people that are gonna take the same trades as me, and there is gonna be some people that just use my analysis as a second opinion. I would rather you use my analysis as a second opinion than take my trades, right? Because if you take other people's trades without having at least, an idea of where the market wants to go on yourself, you are just setting yourself up for failure, basically. And I try not to set up my students up for failure. I try to set up my students for success. So I always try to show them this is what the purpose of these TikTok lives are. Every single TikTok live that I make is recorded and is posted in the Discord, so the members can watch it as many times as they want and learn. And then when I end up posting my trades, well, they can apply the information. Are you in a trade? Shh. No, I'm not in a trade. Apologies for the Wi-Fi, guys, if I am lagging a bit. I do apologize. And as I said, guys, if you guys want to know a little bit about my story, about everything about me a little bit, not everything, but I try to make it as detailed as possible. Just go to TikTok and watch my story video. It's pinned. That's gonna get to know you a little bit about me. I have been working on part 2, but it is quite a long one, so I have been slacking a bit. I've been super busy with everything else. For those guys that do want to join the Discord, it is completely free. Okay, the only requirement is that we're all trading on the same broker platform. So if you don't want to switch brokers, okay, then don't even bother reaching out, please. Okay, the reason why I do this is because if you come and sign up to a broker, to the broker that I use to trade with, okay, the platform pays me. I get paid by them, so I can keep the Discord free for you guys. Okay, and the Discord is something that I spend from the moment I wake up to the moment I go to bed. I'm in the Discord. And I'm on live stream and I'm recording calls and I'm doing this, talking, helping members. So I'm not at the point where I'm financially free yet, right? I'm still on the grind. So at the same time, I need to make money somewhere. So if you guys hate on me for getting paid by my broker platform, then you clearly don't understand the game. Because, hey buddy, hello, you understand the game, don't you? Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Because guys, trading, people believe that trading, okay, is once you learn how to become profitable or once you learn how to make money in trading, it means that every month you're going to get paid. That's not the case. That's not the case, right? The case is that there is some months where I'm not going to make any money and there is some months where I'm going to make $0, right? And during those months, especially how trading is, I have 2 sources of income, okay? I have trading, which is the money that I make from actively my trades, and I have video editing. Those are my 2 jobs, okay? Now, the months where I lose money with trading and that I make no money, I still need to have some money coming in, right? Because if you guys are full-time, you'll understand this. There is months where you make no money when trading, and what am I gonna do? I'm just gonna have no money coming in. I'm just gonna, drown myself and feel bad for myself and say, oh no, I don't wanna have another income stream. No, it's not right. It's not right to make anything apart from money from my trades. No, that's wrong. That's a brokey mindset, right? Because trading is a skill and affiliation is a business. If you want to be an entrepreneur, I'm a content creator, I put myself out there on a day-to-day basis online, I need to master these two skills. I need to master the business side of trading, and I need to master the skill side of trading. The skill side, I come on here every single day, twice a day, every single day of the week to talk about my skill and to share this information for you guys for free. Now, my business side of trading is my affiliation. If you want to join my Discord, my group, to get access to my trades, my community, my time, I'm obviously going to charge you for that. And if you have a problem with that, then you clearly don't understand how business works, and you will unfortunately stay broke for the rest of your life, right? And that's exactly how it works. So all you guys hating on affiliation is just because you guys are just hearing all these things online and you just don't understand that if you actually got skin in the game, if you're genuinely a trader, you'll understand that this is just part of it. And it's just pure facts, and it's pure facts. So yes, I do have my Discord, it is free. I am partnered up with my broker. If you want to join, you sign up to the broker, I get paid, and you don't have to pay anything. And you get access to my trades, you get access to 3 weekly calls per week, you get access to a community, you get access to everything. It's like a mentorship, everything is in that. So yeah, there we go. Now, in terms of gold, I'd say guys, we're just gonna have to wait. We're just gonna have to wait until New York session opens, okay? And to see if we're gonna take any trades. I am curious. Oh, we did just close the 4-hour candle. Interesting. Okay, the 4-hour candle, we didn't close obviously above this area, okay? So for now, longs is still risky. Okay, we are in the sell zone, so I would expect maybe price to even start dumping from here. Okay, in about 30 minutes, we are gonna leave a new 1-hour fair value gap. If this candle doesn't start dumping hard, okay, we're gonna leave a new hour fair value gap right here. Okay, so if price was to come in here and we start pushing off, I would expect price to come and continue higher up and eat through some of these levels. Okay, however guys, if we do end up closing the next hourly candle below this area, okay, inversing this area, okay, then I will expect price to come down lower. Okay, and if we were to take any short trades today, it wouldn't be any trades with huge TPs, right? Because it's Friday, the volume is always very slow on Fridays. Okay, do we have any news coming out? I actually forgot to check. No, we have no news coming out. Okay, so volume typically on a Friday, no news. It might be a little bit weaker. Okay, so keep in mind, if we are to take any trades, the TPs are going to be smaller. Okay, which is just how you have to be. You have to adapt yourself to whatever the market environment and market conditions are, right? That's one of the biggest things that I'm struggling with, right? Which I'm learning, okay? It's realizing what the conditions of the market are and adjusting myself according to that. Adjusting my risk, adjusting where my take profit should be, where I should put my stop loss, right? If we see that conditions are way more choppy, we can see that conditions are going sideways, I will trade with a bigger stop loss. If I see that conditions are moving fluidly, we are trending very nicely, then I can easily catch the bottom and the top of the moves, so I'll trade with a tighter stop loss, right? If I go into a new week and I see that we have a lot of red folder news, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna cut my risk in half, okay? If I see a week that has no red folder news, I'm gonna keep my max risk, okay? These are the sort of things that you need to adapt yourself according to the conditions that are presenting themselves in the market, okay? Anything unfunded? No, nothing yet. We haven't taken nothing yet. Marius, we're gonna take a funded account trade next week, probably. Vlad, thank you for the follow. Dixie, thank you for the follow. Ryan, thank you for the follow. Chinese symbol, thank you for the follow. Unknown, thank you for the follow. You're an AI, bro? Yes, I'm AI. I'm the realest AI you'll ever see. YY Rush, thank you for the follow. Mosted, thank you for the follow. You're the best, guys. Thank you so much. What's your broker? My broker is Vantage, brother. Trade with whatever broker you want. That's the broker that I use. That's the broker that people in Discord use. And as I just said, why the reasons are. I'm not going to repeat it myself. Any tips for what? Any tips for what, HX? Any tips for what? Any tips for funded accounts? Yeah, tips for funded accounts for evals. Don't be afraid to fail. Okay? That is one of the biggest tips that I can give you for evals, for funded accounts. Don't be afraid to fail. Okay? Don't spend months and months trying to pass an evaluation. Right? Risk big on the evals, but then realize that it's just during the eval phase where you need to risk big. And once you pass on to the funded stage, onto the live account phase, have tight risk management, right? Because the evals is what's going to get you through the door. Once you've managed to get through the door and actually have the account, that's where you really lock in, right? Doesn't mean that you need to full pour your evals in one trade. I try to pass my evals in about 3 trades, right? So I'll risk 1.5 to 2% per trade, and I'll try to aim for at least a 1 to 3 risk to reward. Every single trade with my funded account, I will wait for a setup until I have at least a 1 to 3 risk to reward. Okay, so that can allow me to get the 10% profit target in, about 3 trades. I'm already close to passing it. Good stuff, bro. I can tell you a funny story. Well, it's not that funny. It was one of my most painful stories. At the beginning of my trading journey, about not too beginning, but relatively starting. It was about 3 years ago. I was trading for about 2 years, and for the first 2 years, I didn't really know about funded accounts. And then I recently discovered about what Forex was and about these Forex prop firms. And I had bought a couple, 100K's account at that time because I had put all my money into them because I heard that, you can get to 100K in capital. All you need to make is 1%, 2%, and, you're making 2K. And I was like, damn. Anyways, those accounts, guys, I was so scared to pass them. I was so scared to fail them that I spent nearly 1 year trying to pass this 100K account. And by the end of the year, I ended up blowing it anyway. And so what did I do? I ended up buying another account, and I said, okay, instead of buying a 100K account, which was too expensive, I didn't have as much money anymore. I said, okay, let me just buy a 50K. Guys, I got so close to passing this 50K, you have no idea. I was $100 away from passing this 50K. And you know what I said? You know what my dumb ass said? You know what I did? With $100 from passing it, I was like, okay, I just need to risk big, okay? Because all I need is just the market to move just a tiny bit. Guys, I'm telling you, I risked big. The market didn't even move 1 pip into my direction. It reversed straight away. I went from having this 50K account, from being my first funded account that I could nearly pass, to blowing it and using to hitting my daily drawdown. Because I risked like over 5% because I just needed to catch just that little move. And from then on, guys, I'm telling you, that day was a tough day for me. Holy moly. That day, if someone talked to me that day, they would have got punched in the face. They would have got punched in the face, I promise you. I was on the verge of just flipping out after months and months of trying to pass this account. And from then on, okay, what did I do? I said, F trying to buy expensive accounts. Let me scale back and buy the cheapest challenges, because if I can pass a cheap challenge, if I can pass a 5K account, if I can pass a 10K account, I can pass a 50. The only thing that changes is the numbers. Okay, and if you learn psychology, you'll understand that you don't want to look at your funded account with numbers. You want to think in percentages, right? When I'm trading on my 200K with 5%ers, right? I'm not thinking, oh, I just made 2 bands today. No. I just made 1%. I made 1%. Okay, and this is how you can detach yourself from the money of the funded account and remove the emotion from it. Okay? So that's just a little tip for you guys. If you guys are trading with big prop firm challenges, is remove the dollar amount. If you're trading on a live account, okay, and it's risky, let's say you have $1,000 in your live account, okay, and you risk, I don't know, 500 per trade, which is already way too much, okay, but instead of saying 500, you say 50%, right? So you even realize we are 1%, bro. We will make it 100%. Gold Melly, thank you for the follow. Precious Stone, thank you for the follow. Adam, when am I selling? I'm going to be selling in New York session, hopefully, or I'm going to be buying. We're going to see. Double A Music Production, you didn't set a stop loss? No, bro, I didn't set a stop loss because I only needed to make $100 on the account. Bruv, and then they don't understand why you're in a mood. For real, Charlie, for real, bro. And that, guys, that is another thing. Charlie, you just put me on. Guys, the moment you want to get to a point, okay, I'm not perfect at this either. I'm 100% not perfect at this either, but this is what I'm working towards. Okay, you want to get to a point, I want to get to a point in trading where if I have a winning day or if I have a losing day, everyone around me, they don't even notice. They don't notice, right? Because what I'm learning to do is detaching myself from the outcome of the trade. Okay, a lot of you guys are living your day-to-day lives, me included, some days, right, based on what the market does, whether we win a trade that day or we lose. Okay, and the problem with that is that if we lose a trade, we won't be as motivated to do all the other things that we know are good for us, right? If we lose a trade, maybe we won't be as motivated to go to the gym, right? We won't be as motivated to journal. We won't be as motivated to do stuff, be social, right? And compared to winning a trade, we're over the moon, right? We want to do everything. We want to tell everyone. We want to speak to everyone because we had a good day. We made money, right? And that is a poison and a killer in itself, right? Because if we attach the things that we do on a day-to-day basis based on the outcome of what happens in the market, okay, then our emotions will spike so much because trading is winning and losing. So I want to get to a point in my trading, and I think you guys should do too, is no one should be able to realize whether you won money that day or you lost money, okay? Because you just realize that it's part of the process, okay? And yeah, and that's pretty much it. That's just what I think is valuable. And I think it's getting to a point where, you know, you understand that losing and winning is part of the game, and that regardless of what happens in the market, you will still do everything that you need to be doing. Isn't that gambling? What's gambling, brother? Safe, I'll go live and do a full port. Yeah, guys, full port, man. Risk management. Life is too short to manage your risk, guys. Just full port. Life is too short, man. Come on. That's another thing. Like, when I first started, all you beginners telling me like you guys are having lucky streaks, making so much money. Like, there are some people who just started trading and then telling me, yo, Spiky, I made this amount of money this week. And I'm thinking like, bro, when I first started trading, I just got wrecked, man. Where was my beginner's luck? I was like, all these people getting into trading, making money. I'm like, where was my beginner's luck? Like, I just got humbled from the beginning. Like, I think it's just we're all on our different journeys. Juan, thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow. Symbols, thank you for the follow. Full porting is gambling. Yes, it is. BTS, thank you for the follow. Day trading isn't that gambling. Tonus, I don't know your level of trading, but assuming that you're asking me that question, if you were to hop on the charts and you were to take a trade, then yes, you would be gambling, right? Because if you have any experience with trading, then you'd understand that that's just not the case, right? But assuming you're telling me that, asking me if trading is gambling, means that you're a complete beginner. So yes, if you were to hop on the charts today and you were just to press a buy position or a sell position, you would be gambling. Why? Because you have absolutely no knowledge of why the market's moving. You have absolutely no knowledge of all the levels. Why is price reacting? So yes, you would be 100% gambling. However, me and other people in this live stream who have been doing it for years or months will understand that the market is moving in a very, clever and statistical way. So yes, it's gambling, but with an edge, right? Our edge is being able to read the chart. How am I spiky? I'm good, bro. I'm good. I'm a little bit hungry though. I'm gonna hop off live stream now. I had boxing training at 8 this morning and it's 1:30 and I'm still fasted. So I am very starving. This is usually my time for lunch. It's spread betting. Yes, user 29807653. Exactly. Gambling with an edge. It's exactly what it is. Trading is gambling with an edge. If you have no edge, then yes, it's pure gambling. 100%. Okay, guys. Well, I appreciate every single one of you spending your hard-earned time watching some random guy talk about candlesticks on the chart. Okay. Wait. Sorry, guys. I was about to leave you there, but I forgot that I got off on a tangent. And I didn't actually get time to analyze all the other things quickly. So we're going to do a quick breakdown quickly. Because I am super starving. Damn, Bitcoin had a huge dump. Holy moly. Guys, honestly, I have a bit of a bitter taste with NASDAQ yesterday because we were looking for shorts before this absolute humongous crash. And so, I'm not too happy with NASDAQ. We were looking for shorts, guys, up here. For those guys that were in the live stream yesterday, Chicken, you know exactly my feeling, bro. You felt my pain yesterday. We were looking for shorts up here. We didn't manage to get an entry because the market just started dumping and our risk to reward was messed up. Obviously, hindsight is a BITCH. I obviously would have not expected price to dump this hard. Okay, we were expecting for some closer targets. So I decided to wait for a bit more confirmation, resulting in me missing this move down. Right, so in terms of NASDAQ, after this huge sell-off yesterday, it is a little bit of a tricky area. Thanks, so great watching me five off to work now. Nice, John. Well, tune into New York session. If you guys are new to here, I also trade live in New York. So follow it and turn on a notification so that you'll be alerted when I go live. That's like saying you have an edge gambling because you know Croatia isn't winning the World Cup. That's like saying you have an edge gambling because you know Croatia's. I don't know, bro. I don't follow football. I don't get that reference. That's like saying you have an edge gambling because you know Croatia isn't winning the World Cup. How does that relate, bro? Maybe I'm just slow. I don't understand football stuff. Croatia is winning the World Cup. Predictive gambling, though, a lot of variables, financial reports, news, insider traders. Yeah, there's a lot of that comes into trading, guys. Trading, there's a lot that goes into it, right? I lost 40 LBs in 3 months, but I also blew 2 of my top 7 accounts. I guess the duality of it, man. Exactly, life's a balance, brother. Life's a balance. Life's a trade-off. Okay, for NASDAQ, guys, we are currently reacting off this 4-hour gap. Okay, currently off this 4-hour gap right here. Okay, if we do get a 4-hour candle close above here, okay, then I will be looking for longs. Okay, but for now, I am short biased on NASDAQ. Okay, I do believe that price is going to want to continue lower. Where are we going to want to continue lower? I don't really see any crazy targets around this price range here. It was mostly just chop, to be honest. So, for example, we have no fair value gaps. We have no really targets. The only fair value gap that we had was this one here, but we've already filled it. So that's why I'm not too much of a fan of taking shorts on NASDAQ, just because the targets are not very clear, right? However, guys, you can see that we had this hourly gap right here, okay, and we did inverse it. Which means the sellers closed below it. So I would expect price to do what? I would expect price to come lower, right? Maybe we might even come down to take these Asian lows. Okay, so in New York session, if we open up and we haven't taken these yet, maybe we can take a trade targeting there. Okay, but in terms of longer, bigger term targets, I don't know on NASDAQ, to be honest, because unless we have a huge drop, okay, on NASDAQ, I am expecting price to come down to here overall in the higher time frame, 27,432. This is going to be my target on NASDAQ on the higher time frame. I do believe that price is going to want to sell off all the way down to here. Okay, but obviously we're not going to take a trade targeting. This is ridiculous, right? Because we're day traders, right? So I will be looking for some shorts on NASDAQ unless we get some crazy volume and price starts ripping to the upside. Okay, on Bitcoin, quickly, let's sort of see. I'll be posting my levels in the Discord, guys. Everything that I marked out on the chart. As I said, if you guys want to join the Discord, it is completely free. The only requirement is that you have to be trading on the same platform as everyone else. We trade on Vantage. Okay, upon signing up, you will get a 150% deposit bonus as well. That's part of the reason why I also picked Vantage, because they give back to our clients. So a lot of you guys looking for get-rich-quick schemes, right? There is no such thing as a get-rich-quick scheme, but there is such thing as broker platforms that give you a deposit bonus. So it literally doubles your trading account, right? So that's just one of the benefits of just signing up with Vantage. And obviously the spreads are the same, the conditions are the same. I recommend you withdraw with crypto, because crypto takes about 30 to 1 hour to enter your bank account. Okay, so you don't have to worry about that. And yeah, on top of that, you get access to everything. You get access to my community, all my live trades in real time, my analysis, crypto trades during the weekend, 3 weekly calls per week. You get access to a community of traders all trying to get better. So many things. So if that's something that interests you, the only requirement is that you trade on the same broker as me and everyone in the group. It's completely free for you. That's how I get paid, and that's how I keep it free for you. So if that's the case, guys, join the Telegram link in my TikTok bio, and I will talk to you in there. If I see that you genuinely want to learn and genuinely want to get better, okay, then I will get you over to the Discord. But my Discord is literally my community, is my family. So if you guys join and you want to join, but you're not going to be active, you're not going to want to trade, you're not going to want to do anything, then I don't want you in there. I really don't want you in there. I'm trying to build a family. I'm trying to build a community, and especially since it's free, right? My filter is even way higher, right? Because I ain't trying to have, over 500 members in my Discord. I'm trying to have as low as possible, as low as possible. Jonah, can I? Yes, Jonah, you can use as much or as little as you want. There is no minimum deposit, right? I think 50 is actually the minimum deposit. But with the deposit bonus, it means that if you deposit 50 euros, you will get 150 in the account. However, guys, as I said, it is only a first time deposit bonus of 150. So every deposit after that is only 25%. Okay, so it's just not going to be worth it, in my opinion, because if you're only trading with less than 100 euros in your trading account, what are you going to be doing every single trade? Probably trying to full port, right? And that is just the worst way to build good habits, right? So if you guys are putting just 100 euros because you're scared of losing money, right? But you're entering a community with someone who is serious, like you can clearly see, you've just spent time with me on the live stream, okay? Then it's just not worth it, in my opinion, because you're not going to be able to practice good risk management, right? Because in trading, risk management is everything. If you only have 100 euros in your account, what are you going to do? Risk 10 euros per trade, risk $2 because you should be risking 2%, right? You're not going to want to do that, are you? Probably not. So if that's all you have, fine. But, don't come to me and say, hey, Spikey, I blew my account after we take 2 losses because you full ported. All right, that's not going to be my issue. That's going to be yours because you chose not to use risk management. Okay, Stefan, we use Vantage, broski. And a lot of you guys already have a Vantage account, which is perfect. In that case, it makes things so much easier. You don't even need to sign up. Okay, you just need to connect myself. I just need to connect me to you so that I can give you Discord access. Okay, that's it. So anyways, guys, enough being said. I did my plugins, I did my analysis. Everything will be posted in the Discord, and I'll see you guys for New York session for my live stream. I hope to see some of you guys in the Telegram. And yeah, peace and love, guys. Hope you guys learned something. And yeah, have a lovely lunch and see you in a couple hours. See you in a couple hours.